Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Man, with this break, I like this. Been able to pump out some new videos here, and something came in the mail today that finally I can get this behind me. So, as most of you know, if you've been a subscriber to this channel, at the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, we gave people a choice whether to take the Tamiya Astute or pimp out their ride, and the winner of that was Johan. And Johan's in Sweden. Johan is a big Losi fan. And what Johan said is, as much as I'd like the Tamiya, I'm a Losi guy. Can we pimp out my Losis? And I said, why not? Let's pimp them Losis out. What do you want? So he sent me a list and a non-list of stuff to pimp his Losis out. And we kind of got some stuff together. There's a couple more things I'm going to surprise him with. But this is kind of the list of things he wanted. And I must say, Johan has good taste. So, the first thing we did is he's got a XX buggy and a XX4 that he's racing. So, if you're racing a XX4, we all know you need belts, all right? So, and none of this is sponsored. None of this was given to me. All paid for with my hard cash. So, tough racing belts. Obviously, this has been a mainstay of if you have a belt-driven car, it better have a tough belt on it. I have some for my Yokomo as backups when the stock ones go, but you can definitely tell these things are high quality, have always been recommended. Got 2 sets of them for his XX4. We'll be sending those off. The next thing he wanted is a Motor Obscura motor mount for his XX4, and we got that, and I have to say, Nick DeVito with Motor Obscura has been great. I have Motor Obscura stuff on my Losi XXT, my rear T-plate. I don't want to say too much. I have some Motor Obscura stuff for a special project that I am starting working on, and the main part arrived today for that as well. If you tune in tomorrow to our live, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, you'll get a little bit behind the scenes, because I'm not going to shoot a video on that for a little bit. But tomorrow, you will find out if you're on the live. But he wanted a Motor Obscura motor mount, and man, looks good. Got him a Motor Obscura aluminum front bulkhead for his XX buggy. Obviously with the carbon weave, so it attaches to the chassis, the upper deck, hinge pins go through, and I'm a little jealous because I ran Sabula Tech on my XX, and whoo! That's a nice piece you got there, Johan. So another thing is the rear block. Yeah. Yep, got that. Is that right on? Yeah, because you got a plate and you got a block that's separate. So he's got this block for his buggy. Also, yes, some more rear blocks. I don't know exactly which ones these are for. These might be for the XX4. It doesn't say. I don't know. He just gave me a list. I went to Motor Obscura's website and I bought it all. And we were waiting on this piece. So I ordered everything and I said, hey, the XX4 front bulkhead is out of stock. And I know he talked to Nick DeVito and I think it was coming back in. So as soon as it came back in, I bought one. And this goes on the bottom of the XX4. It's your pivot, your 2 arms go out, diff and everything mounts to the top of that. And I bought it in the beginning of November, right when they came back in stock. It was traveling around the world for whatever reason. And then I thought it was traveling back, so I emailed Nick. Nick was out this week and said, hey man, if it's not in your hands, let me know. I'll ship a new one out on Monday. I said, great. And I checked the tracking because it came to Colorado on the 11th of November and just kind of sat in Aurora. And then when I checked the tracking the other day, it said it was in Ohio. And this, when I say the other day, I mean like yesterday. And then all of a sudden I get an email notification saying, hey, your Motor Obscura order is out for delivery. And bam, this popped in. So aluminum front mount obviously has a place for set screws to capture your hinge pins. And that's what we were waiting on to get this stuff out to Johan. So this is finally here. That was the Motor Obscura order. And he's got some decals and some other cool stuff. So off those go to Johan. So got that and a couple other things. But also, and I know I was kind of being hard on Z3D about their fan mounts. And we'll see. But we did do some Z3D stuff. So we got him a battery kit for his XX4. So that is the top piece. And then the actual LiPo holder and kit is all in here. I do not know how it goes together. Have fun figuring that out, Johan. But his LiPo holder for his XX4. His LiPo holder for his XX buggy is here as well. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, there's the holdering kit for his XX buggy. So his XX buggy gets a Z3D LiPo holder. He is going to get a XX fan mount with a rocket fan. I gotta find a rocket fan here. There's one around here somewhere for Johan. So gonna get a fan, get that on his XX. Also getting a XX front bumper. I believe this is the carbon infused bumper from Z3D. So he is getting that as well. Getting a couple little turnbuckle adjustment things. So great to have to be able to adjust your turnbuckles, put that on, not ruin your little fingers, or mar them up with some pliers. So I'm sending him 2 sets of that. And then the Team Losi XX motor centering kit. Download instructions here from Z3D as well. So the hardware is in there. Looks like some of the bushings and stuff. So that he can center up that motor and we can make that XX buggy precise. Like I said, there are a couple other things I'm going to include with this kit to send over to him because he's in Sweden. So I wanted to make sure I got everything together and was able to send it all out at once. And like I said, I was really waiting on the XX for machine front bulkhead, which is not cheap, but it looks like it's worth every penny. Woo! I mean, if I had a XX4, I'd definitely be, well, I'd be broke for one thing, but man, some nice quality there from Nick and Motor Obscura. So we will be getting this out. Post office is closed tomorrow, obviously Sunday here in the United States. So I'll be getting a box together. We are going to get this off to Johan, and hopefully it takes less time to get to him than it took for me to accrue all these parts. So we will see. But our giveaway finally finished, getting this out. We're working on a special project for our 2,500 subscriber giveaway, which actually 2 main things come in today, but we will see. We will let the people choose because that's what you get. Obviously, we wrapped up our Yokomo 91 works last night. I'm waiting on just a couple small parts to come in for that, and that thing is track ready. I'm mainly waiting for tires that I ordered off A-Main. Getting some Smoothie 3 blue compound slicks because that's what we ran on our 870 and seemed to do pretty well. So we're going to carry that over the Yokomo 91 works. And I got some pivot balls I need. And that's about it. And that thing is heading to the track. The Cougar, I got some parts in for that today. So we are going to try, I think the slipper pads might be a little glazed. They're the white plastic ones, which are never good anyway. So we got some high torque slipper pads on there as well. Maybe that's our problem with our Cougar, why it didn't have as much zip as the fan graphite. So we're going to get that together. The funny thing is I bought a big bore kit, front and rear from Liquid RC off eBay. I don't know why they didn't ship them together, and the rears arrived yesterday, and the fronts don't say they're arriving till like Wednesday, even though they were both shipped at the same time. So we'll see. So I'm going to build the rear big bores tonight. I may get those on. See what I need. Make sure they just mount up. That way, if I need to order anything, I can order them for the front as well. Get that taken care of. And I did order, the longer front cups because Matthew Turk said, hey, you got to use the longer front offsets. I think U8400 on that. He said the rears are fine. You don't need to use that on the rear. So we will see. I will get those mounted up and we'll take the small bores off, the big bores on. Got a Z3D fan mount, so we'll switch out the broken one for a new one. and we will continue to work on our Cougar a little bit. I'm not giving up on the Cougar, but man, that fan graphite, oldie but goodie, that thing puts down a beating. And I was going to try to get to more tonight, but my wife was saying I didn't get as much of the holiday lights up as I should have. And she said something like, I'm a fucking lazy gringo, and why did I ever marry you? And some other stuff I should probably repeat out loud. But anyway, hanging lights tomorrow. Got a sweet deal on a Gorilla ladder at Home Depot. So if you're looking for an 18-foot Gorilla ladder, that's normally $240. They're on sale for $129.99. At Home Depot, help you with your Christmas lights and reaching heights that you never thought you could achieve. At least those heights being limited to 18 feet. So I got that ready to go. Got my stabilizer bar on there as well. Man, I'm ready to hang some lights tomorrow. So it's only going to be 30 degrees. We'll find out. But hang some lights and get some other stuff done. Work on a couple other projects live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So I will have some projects on there that I am going to tell our viewers. So if you don't attend that, you're going to miss out. Because like I said, these projects are coming up. They're probably a couple weeks down the road as far as getting revealed on our actual YouTube channel or even on our Facebook page. So if you tune in tomorrow, you're going to get the inside scoop and maybe have a little influence on our 2,500 subscriber giveaway. So I've always appreciated people tuning into our lives. Our lives actually got way more views than I ever thought they would. And they go for about 2.5 hours for whatever reason. So I just kind of put the live on. I'm working on something and answer questions at the same time. If there's any questions on any of the builds, I usually pull them all down here so I can easily grab them and help anyone with what I did to get my ride ready or what have you. Or if they need just a little clarification on maybe something as well, they can get that. And man, I'm looking at my RC10T and I need to do something with that. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm going to find out. Man, we are running. I got to get a new motor in it because Vintage at Moore, 21.5 buggy. We've taken the trucks from 13.5 is the normal stadium truck class. Vintage class is going to be 17.5. So I got a 17.5 motor I got to put in that, and I got to take the 13.5 out, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that 13.5 motor. Yeah, I'll put it in something. We'll see. Cougar, I'm going to work on tonight. Get that going. I'm at least going to get the stripped out spur gear in there, the new slipper pads in there. I'm going to get the rear big bore shocks built, probably mounted up, test fitted. Make sure those are good to go. That way, if I need any shock standoffs or anything like that, I can get those ordered. And when the fronts come, they come, and we'll get those taken care of. We'll work a little bit more on the 91 works. Man, my double XT too. Man, I love that truck. I gotta get the 13.5 out of there. And the Durango stuff. And did get some cool Durango stuff today, and getting some cool Durango stuff next week, as well as some other orders from A-Main. So I got something cool that is actually really different for me. I want some way to train without having to go to Moore. And I saw something at Vegas that guys were doing that I couldn't resist. But more on that tomorrow, because then that's not going to be revealed on the channel for at least a week until that stuff gets here. But if you hop on the live tomorrow, you'll know right away what we're talking about. So anyway, congrats to Johan for winning the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We've been emailing back and forth. I've been kind of keeping him up to date, saying, hey, I'm waiting on this one part that you really want. And he's been cool with it. And I will email him tomorrow, get his address together, get this stuff in a box. And out it goes to Sweden. And cross your fingers, guys. We're at almost 1,200 subscribers on there. So 2,500 doesn't seem that far away. But we'll be building something cool for that as well. And we are going to be getting ready for Pizza Feast. So Pizza Feast is in February here at Moore. I know they're going to for sure have a two-wheel drive vintage class. They are talking maybe truck, but they are talking about maybe not adding too many classes because it could be for a long program. But it's a 3-day race program. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what's one more class going to hurt? I hope they run stadium truck. I know they probably won't have 4-wheel drive. But there's enough of us with stadium trucks getting trucks together, and especially two-wheel drive cars. Our last vintage race, we had 15 vintage cars, I think. 2 heats, something like that. So, and the Cougar won the B. And, barely squeezed in there. But, man, if I had the fan graphite, I wouldn't have had to bump from the B. I would have been in the A to begin with. But that's why we run these cars. I'm going to work on the Cougar a little bit. It's maybe a little bit of a slipper. I'm going to work on some of the transmission stuff. Try to free that up, maybe gear it a little bit differently. We'll get some big bores on that thing and cheat a little bit because everyone's using big bores, and that might, I don't know. We'll talk about it tomorrow night on live, what you guys want to see at the vintage, whether we race the long arm, we just pull out the fan graphite and lay down an ass whooping like we did last weekend, or we take the Cougar. Definitely going to take the Durango setup. I may just run 21.5 stock class with the 210, run 17.5 with the four-wheel DX 410. Vintage stadium truck and vintage two-wheel drive. We will see. But that's it. Wanted to do a quick video, review some of this stuff that we were getting out there. Johan, I hope you're happy with your package. Like I said, there's a couple other things I'm going to include here that aren't shown on the table that will surprise you a little bit with, but we'll get this out to you here early next week, EMS, and sent your way. But if you want a chance to win this, like, comment, subscribe right down there, and we'll see you on the next one.